Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jocelyn. Hi, hello, welcome. If you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe so you guys can watch more videos like this. Today being the last day of the year, I decided to do the end of the year book tag. No one tagged me in it. I still wanted to do this video because I thought it was gonna be fun and a good fun end of the year video for you guys. So just cross our fingers we can answer these questions. So if you guys want to continue watching this video and want to know the answers to the questions, then keep on watching. So hopefully I can answer these questions with the books that I read this year because I didn't read a lot. The first question is the most disappointing book of the year. So hands down for me, this one is a book by Colleen Hoover. It's Maybe Someday by her. And for me, this is such a disappointing book just because I am a fan of hers and I've always loved all of her books. But this one, I just hated it so much. It was so hard for me to get through. I didn't enjoy the characters. They weren't annoying, but they were like the whole story and background about it and like what the book is about, like kind of had me upset because I'm just like, why? The whole cheating aspect about it. So I just didn't enjoy this book and I thought it was such a huge disappointment because I was hoping to love this book, and I actually have this book signed by her with the original cover that she originally had for this book. So I'm like, I was like, oh, I'm good with this book, like I'm gonna love it, and I hated it. The second question is underdog book of the year. That question is hard for me to answer. It's The Night I Died by Anne Fraser. But I feel like this one was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I was going in not getting my hopes up for it just because I wasn't sure if I was gonna enjoy it. I've never read anything by this author before, and the reviews were kind of mixed, so I was kind of like nervous to read this book. But thank God I liked it. It was really good to me. I actually really loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I enjoyed it so much. The question is a book that was overhyped. I think Verity by Colleen Hoover was overhyped, and I don't mean it as in a sense that I think everyone had like good reviews about it. I think it was just the way that it was like, it was all over my TikTok For You page, and I was just like, okay, maybe people are liking it. I wasn't really getting into the videos just because I didn't want to like ruin the story for me. And when I finally read it, I easily like figured out what was gonna happen, or I had my theories, and two out of three of the theories that I had were actually correct. So for me that was kind of like overhyped because I was just like, I expected more, but honestly I couldn't have expected a lot because she is a romance writer and this is like a thriller suspense book. So the fourth question is favorite book couple. I think for sure that one has to be from the boyfriend candidate. I love them so much. I can't even remember their names. Their characters are so cute. I feel like they connect so easily. They're funny. They're like, I don't know, they're so cute to me. So the main characters are Alexa Stone and Logan. They just go so well together and I feel like they connect so easily, and they have been my favorite so far this year. The fifth question is a favorite main character. I think this one's gonna be surprising just because it's gonna be like, really, because of that. But my favorite main character was Lowen from Verity, and the only reason why I actually enjoyed her as a character was because of her nosiness. Because if she wouldn't have had the urge to dig into those boxes to find the script or the biography or whatever of Verity, like she wouldn't have found out all that stuff, and all the nonsense and all the craziness wouldn't have happened. So to me, I think she was my favorite character, which is so bizarre. Her character was just like, I love her nosiness. The cheese man was good with her. The sixth question is a book that surprised you. A book that actually surprised me just because I haven't seen a lot of videos about it or any reviews and stuff was Falling Hard for the Royal Guard by Megan Clausen. That book really surprised me because I didn't think it was gonna be good. I didn't expect it to be as good as I thought it was. You get me? Like, I enjoyed that story. I enjoyed the romance in it. It was funny, and I really like knowing about the town because that place actually exists. So to me, that book was actually really good, and it surprised me that it was that good. And I give it a 4 out of 5 stars, but it was still an enjoyable 4 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend you guys to read that book. The seventh question is a new favorite author that you discovered in 2023. Oof, I think I discovered so many authors this year. I guess I could say Anne Fraser, the one who wrote Night I Died, or Lucy Foley. I know her books are very popular. I actually only read The Guest List by her and it was enjoyable. It wasn't the best, but I think she's a new author to me. Both thrillers. Usually when it comes to thriller books, the only person that I have ever read multiple books of is Lisa Joel. So for me to read more books that are thriller genre and finding new authors for me, that's pretty cool. So hopefully I get to enjoy more of their books. Number 8, happiest read of the year. Okay, I have 2 books for this one and they're romance books. One of them is The Boyfriend Candidate because that book, I swear to God, that book just, that is my book of the year. Favorite characters, favorite storyline, everything about it just, it's like a mushy and love and I love it. Now, the other one that was my favorite was Neon Gods by Katie Roberts because it is spicy. I don't read as much as spicy books as I want to, but this one was so good just because I love Greek mythology, anything that's Hades, Persephone type of stuff, like all those Greek gods, everything like that are my favorites. So that one was another favorite of mine, a happy one because the spiciness was delicious. Number 9, most frustrating book of the year. Okay, this one is maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. Like I said, I did not like that book and I feel like it was so frustrating for me because I'm just like, I was waiting for it to get better and it just got worse. So that's one of them. The other one was A Flicker in the Dark and it wasn't that frustrating. It was just, I don't know, like I just expected a little bit more from that book and I wanted more like suspense and I was waiting for it, but I feel like the plot twist and the climax was a little like a letdown. So it was kind of frustrating for me because I was just like, I wanted it to be good and it wasn't good. Number 10, best adaptation of the year. Honestly, the only thing that I saw this year was The Summer I Turned Pretty. I think I'm like season 2 episode 3, so like I haven't even finished the season 2, so but I'm gonna stick with that one because that's the only thing that I've seen so far. I think that 11, longest book you read this year. I have no idea, so I actually have to go through one by one and even then I have no idea. Yeah, I guess it's People We Meet on Vacation. That's probably the longest. Oh, I could be wrong. Maybe it's Neon God. Take it back. Neon God is the longest book that I read. It's 384 pages, almost 400. That's a big book. She a thick girl, okay? Number 12, shortest book you read this year. Okay, so that one is, I feel like probably it's gonna be Verity. I've seen that book and yeah, see, that one's 336 pages. Guest list was 320. So I guess so far we have the guest list. Okay, so The Night I Died is 285 pages. So I'm gonna say that one. That one's probably the shortest book I read. 13, favorite book cover. I really like the Neon God one just because it's so dark and mysterious. But then I also love The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren just because it's so bright and there's sparkles and fireworks and stuff. I think it is. So I really like that. 14, a book you haven't stopped thinking about. Honestly, I think this one's gonna be surprising because I don't think it's a book that you stay thinking about. It's more of just like, I just want to know more. You get me? But it's Addicted to You by Christina Ricci and Becca Ricci. That book, like, I haven't stopped thinking about it, and it's not because it's like those type of books that you stay thinking about. It's more of like, I just want to know more. You get me? Like the end, like the ending made me want more. And like, I know there's a whole series of it and I haven't read the series yet, but I'm like, I'm just thinking about it. You get me? Like, I stay thinking about it because I'm just like, does she wait for him? Like, I'm pretty sure in the second book you see more of the characters, or at least I know it's the sisters, but you probably see more of them like featured. So I'm like, I just want to know. This makes me want to read the second book. 15, cringiest book you read this year. Just My Type by Fallon Ballard. That is the cringiest book that I've ever freaking read this year, and I hated it. I hated that book. I DNF'd it, but I hated it because her character was so cringy. She was an MU fan or MCU fan, I don't know, Marvel fan, whatever. She talked about her boyfriends, like everything about her was so cringy. That book was cringy and I hated it so much. That one, hands down, that one. 16, unpopular book that you loved. Okay, this is hard because most of the books that I read are like either TikTok recommendations, so, or very popular books, so this one's hard. I'm gonna say Falling Hard for the Royal Guard by Megan Clausen just because I haven't seen people rave about this book. I think that there's only a certain amount of people that like actually like talked about this book, so I feel like this one's very unpopular and I don't even think the book came out this year, so maybe I'm just like late to the bandwagon, I don't know, but I feel like this one. 17, highest and lowest book you read on Goodreads. Do you agree? I'm assuming this has to do with the rating. Goodreads app is not working. But I will tell you my ratings. So my highest rating book that I have are actually a couple. So I have The True Love Experiment, Every Missing Girl, The Night I Died, It Starts With Us, Heartstopper Volume 1, and The Boyfriend Candidate. Those are all 5 stars rating for me, okay? And the lowest rating that I have, which is a 0 rating at all, is Just My Type by Fallon Ballard. That is how much I do dislike this book. 18 favorite quotes of the year. Oh my god, I think I have so many. There's just something about this one that I really like from the Neon God, but it's would move heaven and earth and the underworld itself to keep you with me. When you're reading the whole, like, that paragraph specifically, and like when he says it, it's just like, you know. I like this one from A Flicker in the Dark. It's I have a darkness inside of me, darkness that comes out at night. That book, that I enjoyed. 19, book with the most unique concept. People we meet on vacation, because that one's like a second chance trope. So I really like that. And the fact that they, you know, she pretends to go on vacation again just to have that friendship all over again. I think it's like she tried. So I think I like that. 20, book you would reread. I think Every Missing Girl by Leanne Kell Sparks. That book, I read the second book. That's the second book, and there's a first book to it. So I think I would reread that one just so that I could read the whole, like, I don't know if it's a series or not, but so I could read it completely and like enjoy it as much as I enjoyed it the first time. I think it would make more sense because some of the characters that came out in the first book come out, so, or like people that are mentioned. So I think I would enjoy the book a lot better if I had read the first one, but I didn't. 21, we're almost done. So reading goal reflection and 2024 reading goal. So for sure my reading goal for 2024 is definitely not to have 30 books. So maybe I will keep it at 30 and try to complete it this year, hopefully, cross my fingers. But that's my reading goal, I think, to read that, and then to read books that aren't as popular as people say and just go by recommendations of like things that I enjoy and like. I'm very much of a mood reader, so I think that's the problem with me trying to read popular books, that I can't read them because I'm not into it at the moment, you get me? So that's something that I'm trying to do. And then another thing is take my time reading books, because I feel like if I read book after book after book, like I burn myself out so easily that I'm just like, I stop reading, and that's what I don't want, because then I have a huge gap of like not reading books, and I don't want that. 22, this is the last question. So what are you prioritizing in 2024 with your reading? Something that I'm prioritizing is doing my book journal while reading my books. I think continuing it would be fun, because I have a physical one and a digital one, and I want to be able to do both. So I think that's what I'm gonna prioritize this year. So actually fill everything in when I'm done reading the books that I'm reading. All the questions from the book, the end of the year book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the questions. I'll have the questions in the description so you guys could do this video if you guys choose to. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.